Button. What's going on, YouTube? It's Dakota J Payne with another video today. Like usual on these morning sessions, going to break down what I'm paying attention to for the week and how we can take advantage of it. So for this session, I'm actually going to go all the way down to the 15 minutes to look for those actual entries. And I already went through the charts this morning and see a lot of great opportunities right now. So we may actually enter on this call as well. So first, we're going to look at CAD JPY. CAD JPY, see on the weekly prices all boxed in. We have this huge channel on our weekly time frame. Work our way down to our daily time frame. We can see price recently came down to this demand zone. And it's looking to revisit the top up here, right? Right around here in this supply zone slash top of this trend line right here. So let's go ahead and work our way down to the 4 hour. On the 4 hour, reset that. On the 4 hour, we can see price gave us a double bottom here, gave us an impulse, gave us our correction here, and then gave us a continuation here to form, right? And we can see that this is pretty much our impulse off the higher time frame, off our daily time frame. It's just a one big impulse. The price is coming down to this potential kill zone area right here. Okay, so we got to go to the lower time frame, see how price is approaching it on, see if it's approaching it aggressively or correctively. And right now, or at least back on the daily, it looks just straight like an impulse and then an impulse. And right now, price is pretty much still moving aggressively. So as long as price is below this trend line, only thing I will look for is a sell, regardless of the patterns that you're seeing within this. The only thing that I personally will look for is a sell. Okay, and once that trend line gets broken, then I would start looking for those buy opportunities for it to continue up instead of just simply basing off of this kill zone. We have an impulse and this is supposed to be our correction, but at least in my eyes, it's not moving as correctively as I'd like it to. So let's go down to our lower time frame, see if there's anything we can capitalize off of right now. Okay, you see previously we've had setups for our sales. We've had a descending channel here. Price gave us an impulse and price could potentially be forming this corrective bullish flag here, right? But I'm not going to take that opportunity. I'll pass on that one. Let's go to the 15 minute. On the 15 minute, we have an impulse here. We have a nice correction here. Price has recently broken out of the channel. There's potential opportunity to sell right here off that breakout. Okay, and if we look previously at the setup, our kill zone was here. We can see price push past a little bit. But if we go down to our 5 minute to see if it gave us a JCP, it did give us a JCP right there telling us to enter. Or if you were tracking the sell. So at this moment, I'm going to pass off this let me slow down. I'm going to pass on this opportunity because of what we talked about on the higher time frame. Potential buy here, and also I believe on the 4 hour or 1 hour time frame, got this impulse potential flag right here. So the only thing I'm really waiting for is that break of that trend line, and then set up after that. Okay, let me actually set an alert there, and let's set it on the 1 hour time frame. Looks like I already had it. That's so good. I didn't set it right anyway. Okay. Now, alternatively, if price continues past this low here, impulsively, I'll wait for the next correction. I'll sell off of that, and I'll sell going all the way down to this demand zone down here. Yeah, so two opportunities there, or two setups potentially there. Let's go to UJ. I believe UJ was a really nice when I looked at it earlier. Okay, so with UJ, we've been, you can say, in this corrective pattern for some time now. Looks like some years. And we got a downtrend right now. Price is reacting within this window of those two lines. Okay, and we got that downtrend. Let's go down to the daily. Now, our first sell opportunity for this sell, or our first entry off this sell, I believe was about 2 months ago. Something like that. We entered here, and I was looking for price to come back up to this area. And if you remember from last week, I was really excited because price finally got back up to the area, and I was looking for a sell from the zone. And if you don't see the zone, let me go ahead and draw it out for you. Okay, and this zone is based off of something a little bit more advanced within this impulse here, and also at the top of this pattern, right? Because initially it was forming I believe, an expanding triangle when it first got up to this zone. Okay, so price got up to there, gave us an ascending channel, then dropped. Now, what we're seeing here, we're looking for price to continue to drop, or at least me personally, I'm looking for it to continue to drop. So on the lower time frame, looking for a sell setup. Let's go to the 4-hour. On the 4-hour, we can see what happened last week. I said ascending channel, dropped, and we can see we got this descending channel. Okay. Then we got an impulse coming up, and we got this moving correctively here. So there's a nice small buy opportunity here. Okay. But in the grand scheme of things, if we're looking for price to continue down, what this setup could be forming is just another pattern. All right. And with these ascending, descending channels, once price actually breaks the channel, we look for it to come all the way up to the start of that channel. All right. All right. So let's go to the lower time frame, draw this pattern, and see if we can actually enter on this setup. Let's look expanding triangle. We can convert that a little bit. Okay, we got our impulse, we got our correction, we got our kill zone, we got Fibonacci, and we got a 3 inside up, which is a JCP. Everything telling us to enter for a nice little buy right there. And I'm actually going to take this opportunity. Now, two things could happen. Obviously, always assess your risk. Know how much you're risking, know how much you're going for, and be comfortable or be accepting with the risk, right? So if you lose it, don't complain or anything like that. Just say, okay, I know, okay, it could come this way, so I could lose it. So we're risking about 37 pips, really more like 38. Going for a 2-to-1. Some UJ. 0.74. Okay. Make sure I'm on the right accounts. Cancel that one. Jeez. All right, UJ. Oh, okay. I'm like, I entered off the like, I moved it to like below the where I wanted it on the chart on MetaTrader, and it was saying I was risking more than what I wanted to. I was like, what's going on? But I was looking at the time frame. It said 15. We're going for, yep, perfect. All right, let's go ahead and hop on the charts. All good. And let me go ahead and send a screenshot out real quick, actually. And there it is. All right, next pair, U-Chef. And U-Chef, also another opportunity that we're going to be entering in today, or like right now. But U-Chef weekly time frame got this long downtrend here, which we're acting within these this window here between those two lines. Not sure. It's pretty simple, pretty straightforward. It's pretty uniform. It's pretty uniform pair. So nothing too much to talk about. Okay, and we can see price broke out from the triangle that we were looking at last week. Yep. Last week, about 2 weeks ago. And price gave us some setups coming down here. We see we have a new impulse, and price could be correctively moving up to that zone that we have right there. Let's go ahead to the 4-hour time frame. In the 4-hour time frame, we can see that it's not really a corrective movement right there. It's very aggressive. It's a very aggressive movement, but it's staying below this trend line. We don't have a pattern here, so there's no reason to enter off of this particular pattern. So what we're going to be waiting for price for more corrective movement before dipping off, right? So price could stay here for a minute, or price could just give us another impulse right after it, or even break that trend line, right? Price could really do anything. What we want price to do is stay here, give us more corrective movement, give us a pattern, and then tell us it's time to enter. So let's go ahead and go down to the 4-hour time frame. On the 4-hour, we can see we have a double top. Familiar with double tops, take that into account. You know what to do with those. If you're not, don't worry about it. Just wait for your setup. So here on the 1-hour time frame, I mean, there's not much else to draw here as well. To say you have a strong impulse to move and could be forming a correction, but as long as we're below that trend line, I'm not going to be looking for a buy setup. I'm going to be looking for sell setups, and also taking into account this kill zone relative to the downtrend that we have. If we draw our Fibonacci, see what Fibonacci level this is actually on. And we can see that's on the 61.8, so this is definitely a prime area we should be looking to sell at. So we got several confirmations telling us to sell here. So I'm still going to be looking for sales as we go to this lower time frame on the 15-minute. And on the 15-minute, we can actually see we finally got a setup. On the higher time frame, we didn't get set up at all. So be very, very cautious with this. I wouldn't say stick in this trade for a long period of time if that's what if you're going to enter this trade. Okay. And here, the setup that I see, we have an impulse, we have a correction. Price is giving us not only an evening star, but also 3 black crows, and it has also broken out of the pattern. Okay. So this is a very late entry that we have here. Okay. So you want to be able to look at it and see if we have more room for price to continue down. Okay. And be willing to take the risk if you're willing to. And again, the risky part is because it's a late entry, you don't get that tight SL that you want, and price could turn around and form that correction. So what I'm going to do here, I'm actually going to enter here and set my SL right above this pattern. About 25 pips stop loss, and then go for 50 pips. Yeah, either going to lose 0.25% or gain 0.5%. And we still got a lot of the week left in front of us, so very strong. And I'm not going to set a hard take profit. I'm going to let it ride, potentially see how price reacts around here, around this area, and then see what goes on. So 25 S pip SL. That gives me 12.5% risk overall. All right. Oops. I just said I wasn't gonna set the hearts to take profit, and I said it. Cancel that. I believe I did set my alert on there, so I should be able to know if price gets down to that level, and also set my alert on the stop loss. Perfect. Cool. All right. Good. GJ, going to take this swing trade today as well. Wow. It's gonna give me about. I'm probably going to. No, I have to stop it. I have to stop the trading after four four pairs or four entries. As a matter of fact, let me do this. I'll take this swing trade on my other account. A note of it and put it in my journal. Primary account that I'm trading this week, I want to be day trading, and I'll only take this. Yeah. All right. So on GJ, we got this nice uptrend going on here. It looks disgusting right now, but as soon as we go to the daily, it fixes itself up. All right, price just left this demand zone down here, and price gave us an impulse, a correction. Price is giving us a nice impulse. Price is moving down, but we want it to move down correctly. We can see right now it's moving down very aggressively. Okay. So on the lower time frame, we're going to draw this downtrend here, and then see what we get. Let's go to the 4 hour. 4 hour time frame, we can see a little bit more corrective movement, but it's not perfect. It doesn't look like the textbooks. All right, so I'm not going to draw it as a pattern just yet. We do see that's in this kill zone.
Dakota.
Yes, sir.
You sure it's not forming correctively on that downtrend? I mean, I see a couple of touches.
Like that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like if you see it, you see it.
Okay.
Now, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm gonna take it.
Okay.
So on the 4 hour, and I'll do both perspectives. So first perspective, you can say this is a flag, a bullish flag, and then we're in that kill zone, and we got our JCP already and everything off the 4 hour time frame. We can draw our Fibonacci's from the start of the impulse to the top of the impulse, and you can see we're right on that 50 Fibonacci level, telling us to enter right now. All right. So before we continue on, I'll place that there. So right below, I want to give myself plenty of room. Yeah, bare minimum. Top of this pattern, I want that to be a 2-to-1. So shorten that up a little bit. There we go. That's a 2-to-1, and then we're gonna go stretch it out to the 27 fib level. So that's for a 3-to-1. So beautiful, nice setup, and I'll take that. At the end of the day, we got a 252 pip stop loss.
Dakota, you going for a buy on this one?
Yep. Oh, ooh, almost. There we go. There's going to be plenty more opportunities in the lower time frames as well. So, all right, that's it. Charts. Let's hide that one and see if we have a lower time frame setup. Oh, my bad. Second perspective, right? You can say this is just a downtrend. Okay, and as long as we're below the downtrend, continue looking for sales. But had enough confirmations to look for that buy, take that buy. But if you want to be on the safe side, wait for the break that trend line, wait for a correction, and then look for it to push up. Okay, also, if you want to enter a second time, wait for the same exact thing. I'll check the chat in 1 second. Yeah, go ahead, ask your question.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you that offline. I just don't want to embarrass myself, so I'll ask you offline.
Bro, okay. I mean, like, there's no, I don't know about that. I don't know about if nobody, but as long as we're on the call, bro, any question you got, it doesn't really matter. A lot of people don't know a lot of stuff. A lot of people.
Okay, I just don't see the buy set.
You don't
I
see
don't
the
see
buy setup?
no.
Okay, got you.
I also don't see devices by trying to see that your kill zone properly.
Okay, let me go back to daily. Okay, daily time frame. Here's our impulse. Here's our correction. Here's our kill zone. You go back and draw this Fibonacci right here. See that zone is right on the 50 Fibonacci level. Okay.
Okay.
Go down to the 4-hour time frame. We now have that flag. And then on this 4-hour time frame, and this is like swing trading, so I'm gonna go down two time frames, like show you guys for the daily, for like day trading. But right here on this time frame, we see we have a JCP. Oh, excuse me, the JCP telling me to enter. If we put it onto a lower time frame to the 30-minute, let me drink something real quick. Even if you came down here, you have an engulfing candle there, and you have 3 white soldiers as well.
Right. Okay.
Right.
Okay. I see the impulse and correction. Right on the I guess on the 4-hour frame, I see the impulse and correction, but I just don't see it taken as a buy. I just see it continuing down the line, continue down the trend where it's set.
On the 4-hour time frame.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I guess that's where I get lost at.
Okay. So overall, what type of trend are we in?
A downtrend.
We're in a buy overall.
Yeah, overall we're in an uptrend.
Uptrend, yeah.
All right. And price just left this demand zone, and we know price essentially magnetizes itself between supply and demand zones. So after I left this demand zone, we're looking for price to continue up all the way to the supply zone pretty much.
Right.
See, price gave us an impulse here. On the lower time frame, we declared this as a corrective pattern. And then I based my JCP off the 4-hour because I'm taking a swing trade, so I just entered off the 4-hour. If you want to go down 2 time frames, you have a 30-minute time frame. You have 3 white soldiers right there. I need to answer.
Okay.
And like I said, like if you're not comfortable with taking this, just wait for the break of this trend line, and then wait for a correction. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, watch how price reacts to this trend line down here as well.
Got it. Okay. Got it.
Okay. Any more questions? All right. So next pair, or matter of fact, I would say I was looking for a shorter time frame. Yeah, we already talked about that. Next pair, Euro USD. I said that weird as hell. Euro USD, right? So let me actually go to the higher time frame and break the entire thing down. All right. So price basis bottom line off this demand zone here off of these areas and this area right here. Price is rejecting from those points. It's rejected from that area often, and price has rejected this area as well. And I've just based this off of the tip of the most recent high that we have here, and it correlated with the previous areas where price resisted there. Okay, overall, we have this descending channel. Price, we're looking for price to break out of this area and potentially continue back up to this zone up here. Long term, that's thinking long term. Okay, on a lower time frame, we can see price has been moving very, very aggressive. And we're going to look at that a little bit closer to see how we can box it in and take advantage of it. So here we have a huge impulse, but we never got a correction. Okay, so price either needs to retrace to tell us that's going to continue up or give us something, right? Because like we all know that price doesn't just continue in one direction forever. Okay, on our lower time frame, and let me go back here. Like here, there's not much to draw. If you want to, right? Could draw that uptrend. You could also draw this uptrend as well. Those are pretty far off, so that's why I didn't draw them. I mean, it just clutters the screen pretty much. Well, just recognize that those are there. Okay. Now, once we go to our 4-hour time frame, on the 4-hour time frame, we can finally see that we do have a downtrend here going on right here. There it is right there. We got 1, 2 touches. And price is currently corrected up to that area. We're going to see how price reacts right here in that area. It's either going to break the trend line or it's going to continue down. Price pretty much boxed in so that it has to go through one of our lines that we have there. So right here, we can see we have an impulse, we have a correction, but there's not a lot of structure here, so we can't really see what pattern it is. So we're going to go to our lower time frame to see that pattern a little bit better. And now on this 1-hour time frame, you can see we have an impulse and we have a bearish flag right there. You can draw our Fibonacci's here. Then we go ahead and draw a, what I said, I meant kill zone. We can draw our kill zone there. Sure. All right, so there's our Fibonacci. There's our kill zone. The kill zone is right on the 50 Fibonacci level. We're going to look for a JCP when price gets in that area again. If it has not already touched it. Let's go down 2 time frames to the 15. Yep, and all we're waiting for is a JCP now. So just going to be patient there. We're going to wait for about, what is this, 15 minutes? We're going to wait for about 30 minutes. See what it gives us. But overall, just looking for that sell setup. And let me go ahead and send that screenshot out as well. Then we have one more pair, and then y'all can get rid of me. We got the 40. Yeah, got a 40 pip stop loss. And we'll go for a simple 3-1 on this trade. All right, last but not least, CAD-CHF. I'm actually starting to like CAD-CHF a whole lot. All right, so boxing it in, low window, lines, pretty simple, just like the rest of the pairs. Going down to the daily time frame, we see we have this huge correction. Price has recently broken that trend line that we have right there. You don't see the correction, box it in like that, and we can see we have a flag, right? Overall, we're in this downtrend. So with this breakout, we're going to see how price reacts here, because price could, simply be doing a fake out, like not actually breaking the trend line, and then ultimately having us expand it like that. All right, which is likely, so be aware of that. So we're going to see if price continues back up into there or if price continues down at this moment. Let's go down to the 4-hour time frame. 4-hour time frame. This is where gets a little iffy, right? So right here, we have this huge impulse down here, and we can see that we have this on the lower time frame. We have an impulse move right here, and this is forming a correction. Okay, we'll go to a lower time frame so we can see the structure of everything a whole lot better. But what we want to have happen, since we have a break of this trend line, what we want to see is price continue to move correctively up. Continue up to about this kill zone right here. Let's refine that a little bit with our Fibonacci's. Yep, right on the 50 Fibonacci level. Lower that down a little bit. We want price to continue up to that area and then give us a JCP to tell us to sell. All right, now let's go to our lower time frame. Lower time frame, see that could potentially happen with this impulse coming up. We have a corrective pattern here. We want to see price come down a little bit lower. This is not a solid line just yet. We don't have a solid pattern just yet. This is just like imaginary, right? So don't take this at face value. Okay, the pattern can change at any time. So right now, we have this coming down. And since overall I'm looking for a sell, I don't really want to chase the buy opportunities that we have going on here. So I'm going to pass off trading CAD Chef for the moment. If you want to scalp it, we could go to a lower time frame and see what's going on down there. Potential impulse, potential correction. If we get that correction to this kill zone, look for JCP and sell. A short term, very, very short term. I would set the target down to here. All right, but those are all the pairs. Took a little bit longer than usual, but I mean, don't want to rush anything. Hope you guys enjoyed the call. And if you want to join the Discord channel, if you want to hop on these calls live, join the Discord channel. The link is below. Also, go ahead, like and subscribe so you can keep up. But catch you guys on Wednesday.